God.
Forget everything I just did in the past.
Sorry to interrupt your class. Good guy in the shirt, man. How'd you do?
I saw your video.
The inauguration.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy out there.
Yeah.
I love the guy you were arguing with.
Yeah, the one that pushed me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they got to see the video yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guy that had pushed me, we ended up becoming friends afterwards, you know, because I always try to tell people, even if a bully pushes you, it doesn't mean you're weak by not fighting that person. You're actually showing how smart you are and how much self-control you have to be able to talk it out.
So I was wondering, about were you cold? Because I remember it
I was cold. By the end of the night, I was freezing cold. I did have a Free Hugs jacket, and then I put that under because I wanted to make sure that Free Hugs remained on top so that the officers knew who I was.
Ken, do you tell the police that you're going before you go?
No.
Or do they just recognize you when you get there?
Yeah, they recognize me now, and sometimes even if they don't recognize me initially when I get there, because my first response when I show up is, "Hey, everybody, I'm here in peace."
Yeah.
You know. And
So what we were taught, we used that as a lesson yesterday, and we showed the whole clip of how to de-escalate a situation, and that anger can get under control and forgiveness can happen. So one of the things that we've learned today from Ken is the guy in the video who pushed him is actually, you guys made friends at that point?
Friends now, and I'm flying him out to San Diego for us to do an interview to talk about better ways to protest.
I did a few when you're doing like the everyone step backward thing.
It was pretty cool. I mean, because I knew that in that moment, a lot of the police officers, they were at a point where they weren't talking to the crowd. So just imagine if you're a cop, or there's maybe 10 or 15 cops lined up here, and you're standing right here, and imagine there's someone this close to your face shouting at you and spitting on your mask, and there's people in the back that are throwing bricks at you. Imagine how that would make you feel, right? Wouldn't you be just getting more and more upset on the inside? So while that's going on, and obviously even as a cop, and you're telling these people to back up, and they don't want to back up, and they're standing right in your face, it's very helpful when someone in the crowd can come in and say, "Hey, can everyone just do me a favor and take 5 steps back?" And they all listen. And I don't know why they listen to me. Maybe it's because I don't have a gun or because my shirt says Free Hugs, who knows? But they actually take those few steps back, and it kind of calms that situation a bit.
What message would you give to these children if ever they feel like something's not right with the world, or they don't feel comfortable with something the way it is? What message would you give to them?
I would say if there's ever injustices or things that you guys see that you're not okay with in the world, figure out the most positive way to create real change rather than just, a lot of times the older folks, they just type on Facebook the things that they're upset about. Or Twitter. It's not going to change anything, you know? So rather than just typing it all the time, "Oh, I'm so mad."
If they don't answer, you're like,
Yeah, because no one's going to answer. Everyone is just going to say the same thing that you're saying, you know? And so really the way that we affect change is to really do something about it in a positive way. And usually it involves getting policies changed, talking to Congress, talking with your local politicians, you know, your mayor, your government. That's what they're there for. Even if there's issues with the police department, to be able to go and talk to the police department to voice those concerns, rather than going out and destroying stuff or just typing about it on Facebook and Twitter. It's not going to change anything.
and Twitter.
And Twitter. Yep.
Perfect. Now, Ken,
Yes.
do you have a hug for me?
Of course I have a lot.
is in my year 7 field class. She's heard a lot of your teachings. Cool. And then her. All right, guys, let's go, let's go.
Yes.
All right.